Imagine you're a tourist visiting London for the first time at Christmas. You went to Oxford Street to take a picture of the lights, and whilst you're holding your phone up, it was snatched from your hands. You managed to get a replacement phone, and a few days later go to Chinatown, and when you try and pay, you notice your phone has disappeared again. This sounds like a start of a bad Christmas movie, but it's actually a true story. Crime has become a big issue in London, with more than 50,000 phone thefts in 2023. The number of thefts is also increasing by 83% per year. We also found that the number of crimes reported are a lot higher around tourist seasons. Scams are also big problems. For example, a tourist can be charged £450 for a 7-minute ride in a pedicab, or be charged £20 for a picture to be taken. Through interviews and a survey with random tourists, we found people are changing the way they live due to the scams and theft. People are scared to go out, often not going out entirely at night because they were worried that the belongings will be stolen, robbed, and they may be exploited. Most new tourists aren't aware of the problems, and many returning tourists didn't actually know the problem was as bad until they saw it for themselves. There are multiple stakeholders that could be involved with the issue of safety of tourists. Whilst the tourist is walking on the streets, they are likely watched by scammers. After the scam, the victim might contact their friends and family for support, or report the incident to the police. They may also report the incident on social media so others become aware. Cases of tourists falling victim to theft and robbery would have similar stakeholders to this. From our interviews, we were able to split our audience into two main groups. First are tourists who come from cities that have a similar culture to that of London. These people are more aware of the scams, so are less likely to be victims. However, they are still vulnerable to theft. We found that they felt worried that their belongings would be stolen and that the police wouldn't do anything about it. The second are tourists with no prior experience at all. For example, she could be an Asian international student. These people are not aware of potential scams at all, so there is a great chance of them being victims. We talked to one tourist from China who got their phone stolen, and they said it made them feel scared and paranoid when in tourist areas.
I told my friend to call the police, but the police didn't reply to me anymore, and my phone just didn't come back.
There are hundreds of scammers and pickpockets operating in London every day, with the police having little control over the situation. This is demonstrated in an interview clip just then. Many tourists that are coming here for the first time are not aware of the issue, which makes them more vulnerable. It is a big challenge for tourists to protect themselves from these due to the lack of information out there for non-residents. We found that most tourists are not aware of the type and location of scams and theft in London, and a large amount of crimes are discouraging people from visiting London as they think it isn't a safe city. We're considering how we might inform tourists further about types of crimes that are currently prevalent in London and where they're likely to be, to reduce the chance of them being victims.